I mean, it's hard to go past Federer. I think he was obviously just the GOAT, and I think just a class person as well, the
What
way
a
he acts.
gentleman. Yeah, what a gentleman.
Oh, exactly. Class. Just pure class. Sabalenka, though, is my favorite. I mean, she's in red hot form. I love the way she plays the game. She's so aggressive, so passionate. Finals match for the women's last year. That was sensational. You know what? As much as I love Sabalenka, I think that Madeline Keys, she was, such a
Yeah.
star and she really deserved to have that win last year. And I was pumped for her. I love country music. Isn't that such an Australian thing to say? Chris Stapleton for sure. I went and saw him in concert last year. And oh yeah, it goosebumps every time. He's just got such great music. Zach Bryan as well.
All right. Sony Sports Network is the official broadcaster of the Australian Open in India. Watch the Australian Open, Sony Sports 10-2, Sony Sports 10-5 from the 18th of January onwards. Grace Hayden, the sports broadcaster, is making her debut as a presenter on Sony Sports' flagship Australian Open wraparound show, Extra Serve. We've loved all the cricket she's done. We love her on social media, and it's about time that we enjoy her in the tennis. Grace, thank you for making time for us. How are you?
Yeah, I'm great, Rishi. How are you? Super pumped to be back in India, but this time not in cricket, in tennis. And of course, the Australian Open. It's one of my favorite sporting events on the whole calendar. Lots of people don't know about me that I love all sports. Tennis is definitely up there for me. It's not just cricket in the Hayden household.
And it's really a wonderful area, isn't it? I mean, there's Melbourne Park and the MCG literally across the road from each other. It's kind of like a hub where all the sports happens.
It really is, hey. And I mean, you've got Big Bash that's going on. So lots of people either go to the Big Bash games at the G or they then walk across and they've got beautiful tennis stadiums. I mean, Melbourne for me is really the sport hub of Australia. And this time of year, it's perfect weather. It's hustle and bustle of every sport under the sun. So it's literally the perfect destination for any sports lover. And I'm very excited to see things kick off.
So, Grace, I'm going to start with the women's draw for logical reasons. Here's Arina Sabalenka, two past Melbourne wins, excellent recent form. She's won in Brisbane. I don't know if you caught the news, which is a great thing for her as a lead up to the Oz Open. There's Iga Swiatek, there's Coco Gauff, there's Rybakina. Who do you think might make the semis? Who's your pick?
Oh, honestly, all of those names are just absolute stars. Sabalenka, though, is my favorite. I mean, she's in red hot form. I love the way she plays the game. She's so aggressive, so passionate. It was so exciting to see her win the Brisbane match. I'm obviously a Brisbane girl, so, very, very proud of her in that regard. But I am also biased because I love her fashion as well. Her Australian Open outfit that she debuted the other week is just so iconic and in true form of herself. So I would love to see her take out the Oz Open this year. I mean, she's obviously won two already. She was in that finals match last year and unfortunately went down to the US Star. And I think she'll be ready and raring to go and wanting that title back again.
I'm going to look at some other players just outside who might be pushing the envelope. Do you like Naomi Osaka, the Japanese gal? She's won the Oz Open twice, and she's another one who, could really surprise if top form returns.
Absolutely. And I mean, we've seen her sort of progress up the ranks over the last year. She's really getting back into form. And as we know, she's such an exciting player. And I really think for me, she's going to be the comeback of the tournament. She's ready and raring to go to have, a bit of a breakthrough. So I think she'll be a dark horse for everyone. She's a very experienced player. We know what she's capable of. So I think we will see her well and truly up the ranks of this AO tournament.
Some of these ladies are very, very eloquent on the mic, Grace. I love hearing Coco Gauff speak. She's got an opinion about everything. She's quite wonderful. And obviously, when you do these on-court or off-court sessions with them, sometimes it does get emotional. Sport is like that, isn't it?
Absolutely. And I I think tennis really captures that emotion really well. We obviously see, the long games that they usually turn out to be. They're not as short as what everyone thinks. There is that raw emotion that we see them ride the wave of either, absolutely dominating, but it's never really the case. They, go through that wave, they're riding it, and everyone on court or at home who's watching really feels every moment with them. So I think it's nice the way that tennis captures that emotional side with players either before or after games in terms of interview, and they obviously speak beautifully. They travel all around the world. They're very equipped for any sort of media questions, but I think it's really nice the way that Australian do it with the players.
All right, let's move to the boys. Yannick Sinner is always a favorite. Carlos Alcaraz, is so good for the game, the sport of tennis. And of course,
Absolutely.
Novak Djokovic is such a seasoned contender. He loves Australia. He loves Melbourne. And, Alexander Zverev, consistent deep run potential. You want to throw in some other names in the mix, or do you think these are the four big ones?
No, they're definitely the four big ones. You've mentioned them all there. I mean, oh gosh, there's just so many moments that we've seen all of these players sort of rise up and prove that they are really top in the world. Alcaraz, I mean, I would really like to see him win. He hasn't really had a great Australian Open, I guess, attempt in the last couple of years. He's had four attempts at, progressing up the ranks, but he's, only made it to that quarterfinal spot. So I think the 22-year-old, he's got a lot to prove and we know what he's capable of. So I would really like to see him take it out. But I mean, as you said, Djokovic, he's such a star and has been for such a long time. He's the GOAT, really, that we still continue to see play. You know what? One of my favorite moments out of every single match that I've watched was that 2012 match with Djokovic and Nadal. Wasn't it just sensational? 5 hours, 53 minutes in the men's final. And everyone was on the edge of their seats until that 1:30 a.m. mark in the morning. So yeah, that has to be my all-time favorite finals match ever. And it just happens to be an Australian Open. I'm not biased, I promise.
And just throw a couple of dark horses in the mix. Danny Medvedev, the Russian. The Australian Open courts have even bounce. It's fast, and these hard courts suit Danny Medvedev's game. Any thoughts on Danny or Felix Auger-Aliassime, Ben Shelton, Taylor Fritz, any of those other dark horses?
Taylor Fritz, I want to just have a little moment for him. I think he's such a star. I love all the wag moments that we get to see in the Australian Open. The fashion is just iconic. Tommy Paul, we have to mention him as well, and his girlfriend, Paige Lorenz, now fiance, sorry. But yeah, I really love, the characters, as we mentioned before. We don't just get to see, the players that really stand out. It's a big wag culture as well. And all us girls, well, really anyone is really wanting to watch and see those characters and watch the girlfriends in the crowd because they love to pan to them, right? It's such a draw card as well. But you know what? It's such an iconic venue. I love how tennis, every court is different depending on where you are in the world. I mean, you look at Wimbledon, the difference there. You look at Paris, you look at AO, and it's just every condition is so vast. And I think it's such an exciting time of year. As I said, January, AO, best time to be in Melbourne, and we have some superstars that are really ready to show some top class tennis.
I know you love my country and I love yours so much. I remember going to Melbourne Park in the off season. The Oz Open wasn't on, but I took a museum tour, and I remember walking down the main hallway with pictures of all these greats of the past, from Rod Laver to Roger Federer. It really is a goosebump-inducing moment, and going to the merch store, picking up some merch. And I actually saw a Fleetwood Mac concert because
Oh, no way.
because in the off season, Melbourne Park is used as an arena for performances. On Centre Court, on Rod Laver Arena. I wonder if you have memories of going to Melbourne Park as a kid over the years.
I mean, look, to be honest, Melbourne Park, I would always walk through because it was our way to the MCG. And obviously, Boxing Day test was really the pinnacle of the year for cricketing families and my dad, Matthew Hayden. So, every year for me, Melbourne meant Christmas time. And when dad retired in 2009, he said, "Oh, Gracie, I'm going to retire." I said, "Dad, you can't retire. What do you mean? Santa has to come one more year." And he said, "Oh, Gracie, don't worry. He'll come no matter where you are in the world." So, yeah, I mean, for me, there's so many memories and such special memories in Melbourne. Not just, in cricket, but yeah, I always love attending the Australian Open. So to be working so closely with Sony and really show that passion, and yeah, I think we're going to create some magic over this AO period. So I'm really excited to be working with the team.
You did mention your favorite match ever would be the Djokovic Nadal matchup.
Yeah.
Anything else that comes to mind that's remotely
Oh, that
close?
takes the cake. What do you mean? That match is just crazy. And you know what? I even want to say that finals match for the women's last year, that was sensational. You know what? As much as I love Sabalenka, I think that Madeline Keys, she was, such a
Yeah.
star, and she really deserved to have that win last year. And I was pumped for her secretly. Even though I really love Sabalenka, I was really glad to see she got the win in the end.
Excellent. Your favorite Aussie tennis player of all time, men's, women's, would be, and why?
Ash Barty. I mean, to think that she's changed codes of sport and dominated every realm she's walked into, she is an absolute goat in every way, shape, or form. I think she's an incredible woman. She's so inspirational. And yeah, to see that she's won, 12 WTA single titles, three majors, French, Wimbledon, Australian Open. She's a world-class person, athlete, and just a superstar. So she's definitely my favorite. And obviously Leighton Hewitt as well. He's an iconic legend in Australian tennis sporting history. So it's definitely those two for me.
Yeah, Leighton never gave up. I remember
Oh,
him coming
no.
to India to play, Davis Cup against the Indian team, and he was just such a tough cookie. All the Australian values have never, never given up. So
Hmm.
that's great choice in there. When you zoom out of the Aussie game, worldwide, would there be a player that you say, "Wow, this guy or gal is just amazing"?
Oh, look, I mean, it's hard to go past Federer. I think he was obviously just the GOAT, and I think just a class person as well, the
What
way
a
he acts.
gentleman! Yeah, what a gentleman.
Oh, exactly, class, just pure, pure class. Every time he speaks, yeah, and he's sensational.
Have you followed the Indian game at all over the years? Have you seen any of our Indian players, somebody who you admire in the women's or the men's side?
Oh, look, there's definitely so many. For me, cricket is where I really hone into with my Indian beautiful family. But yeah, you've got so many world-class players, so I'm excited to see how everyone places this AO.
You know, I want to talk about Extra Serve. The Sony Sports team is a wonderful team to work with. I wonder how you guys are going to shape Extra Serve because it has to now mold itself to Grace's personality. And how are you feeling? Not in the stomach? How are the preparations going?
No, I'm feeling great. We've got an awesome team, as I said before. I think great world-class experts, but I think we've got a bit of a fun twist that's going to be happening this year. So I'm really excited for you all to tune in. It's going to be a little bit different, something fun, that's for sure, and just some great, great chats.
Tennis fashion itself has gone through an upheaval, Grace. Over the sands of time, you've seen the color coming into Melbourne, the US Open, because you can wear all colors and all kinds of clothing. Wimbledon, however, is very traditional. In England, you can still only wear white. And you must enjoy the fashion show so much of the players on court. The Williams sisters, for example, they had their own fashion thing going.
Do. They absolutely do. No, fashion for me is such a cool element of Australian Open. As you said, I really like the fact that, Wimbledon is still so prestigious and they have that guideline, but it kind of makes what Wimbledon is so special, if you know what I mean. It has that element there that it's royalty. Everything about Wimbledon is just so prestigious. But Australian Open, I love the color. It's this time of year, summer. It's so Australian. So I love that everyone leans in. And as I mentioned before, Sabalenka, she's got a very, very colorful outfit on the way that she's debuting for the Oz Open. So I can't wait to see that on the blue court. The blue court, just gives you goosebumps talking about it.
Okay, what's on your playlist, your phone, music-wise? Who are your favorite artists and what kind of music are you into?
I love country music. Isn't that such an Australian thing to say? Chris Stapleton for sure. I went and saw him in concert last year, and oh yeah, it goosebumps every time. He's just got such great music. Zach Bryan as well. He's brought out a new album. So yeah, anything country music. But yeah, I do love a little bit of Bollywood when I'm in India. Love it to my reels because it just adds that bit of jingle and a dance to it. So it's great.
Australia has such a wonderful legacy of music. I mean, I grew up as a little kid listening to the classics, In Excess, Jimmy Barnes, Midnight Oil. I remember coming to Sydney and saying, "Oh my God, which is the hotel where Michael Hutchins passed in?" and doing a bit of a pilgrimage. Australia's got Kylie Minogue, of course, is remarkable. She loves India. She comes here a lot. And I knew that you were a country fan because your Instagram stories have a lot of Chris Stapleton.
So sweet. You know what? You mentioned Kylie Minogue. I actually met her at a fragrance launch at
Oh,
the end of last year, and oh, she's so tiny. I actually went and saw her in concert with my mum way back in the day when I was little. But yeah, it was really nice to meet her in the flesh. She's a little pocket rocket, I want to say.
pocket full of dynamite. You're absolutely right. So you mentioned a
Yeah.
Kylie concert, a live music concert you went to recently and you really loved. Who do you
Yeah,
see
Chris
live?
Stapleton. I really enjoyed him live. It was amazing. I went in Sydney with my partner, and it was just awesome. Just so nice to see music come to life. You know what I mean? You're so used to listening it to through a screen or into your speakers, but to really see the way that they take on the stage. Luke Combs as well. I saw him last year. My dad was so devastated that I got to go and he didn't. He's like, "What do you mean? Why didn't you take me?" But yeah, we both love our country music.
Your fashion sense, brands you love, what do you lounge around when you're not working, and what do you love to wear at formal events?
Oh, look, that's a very diverse because me on screen and me off screen. I'm either off screen, I'm in the water, I'm in the gym, I'm walking around. You'll see me with no makeup on, hair everywhere. But yeah, I love to keep fit. So Lululemon's a big activewear brand of mine that I go to. Aloe Yoga is also awesome. Crop Shop Boutique is also a really nice Australian brand. If anyone is looking for new activewear, highly recommend. In terms of what I wear on air or when I'm going out and about, Rebecca Valance and a beautiful Australian brand, the embellishment that they do, and it really makes women's clothing and makes you feel, really confident. I think that's the main thing. When you put on an outfit, you want to feel confident, you want to feel, put together. And I think Australian fashion really does that so well. And yeah, I love her pieces. You'll always see me on ground wearing something for Rebecca Valance.
Your favorite holiday destination would be which place and why?
Look, I'm a surfer, so it has to be the Maldives. Anything around the water just takes my breath away. But yeah, we did a family holiday there. It was extra special. Surfed the entire time. We actually got our dive licenses over there, so we were 20 meters underwater with a big oxygen tank. And yeah, that was a really special trip away. And I love going away with my family. We're all really close. So yeah, it's special that because when Dad and I are away a lot, we don't really get to see family members back home too much. We get to see each other more than we actually see our family members. So it's nice that we're able to all come together always at one point during the year.
So, what kind of food do you love? Can you cook up a storm like Matt Hayden, your dad, who's now a world renowned chef apart from being a broadcaster? Is the question on everybody's lips.
Okay, Dad has definitely influenced me in the cooking department. I have always loved eating, and when Dad would travel, his sort of getaway from cricket stuff was always getting in the kitchen. So he was super inquisitive, and he would love to learn new recipes all the time. So, he would, go away and he would get his recipe, and then he would bring it back, and we'd eat it. So I think through that, I then spent time with Dad in the kitchen learning different techniques. So yes, I love my cooking. And I love, sharing meals with people. I love entertaining, bringing people over, having the music on, just sharing a good meal and a great chat because it brings you together, right? Like that's the beauty of food. And through my travel as well now, I love trying new things, especially Indian cuisine. I always get friends to take me to local places and yeah, it opens your horizons, that's for sure. And oh my goodness, you have some of the best food in the world.
So, what would you order in an Indian restaurant?
Oh, honestly, this is so hard. I just love trying new things every time. A roti, there's something about a roti with anything is just perfection. Perfection.
Do you have the earliest memory of accompanying dad to a cricket ground? Which one would that be?
I'm not, look, it's so hard because I was quite young when, dad was playing. My first memory, I'm not sure, but for me, cricket grounds were like my playground back when I was, young. I would used to run an absolute muck. My poor mother, she used to chase after me with my younger brother in a pram and then the other one in her arm. And me, I would be bolting ahead of her, ready to get to the ground, running towards the MCG, being like, my dad's in there. What an absolute nightmare child. But yeah, I used to absolutely love it. We were all so close as kids as well. And it's really nice that we all stay connected through social media and chat away every now and again. But it's great that I get to now work with, even dad's friends that he used to play with as well from all around the world. And it's like I've got mini, well, not mini necessarily, but I've got lots of dads looking after me. I feel like I'm their child every time I'm going to a new place, even though dad isn't there. I've still got my other extended family dads looking after me.
Oh, that's really, really sweet. And Big Matty Hayden, would be feared by all the bowlers and everybody on the pitch. But as a daughter, he must give great bear hugs.
He definitely does. And sometimes you need them because that's life. You know what I mean? Some days you're having a rough day, and when you're so
Yeah.
far away from home, I'm really lucky that I actually get to work sometimes with dad. So there is days where you feel like, "Oh, I just want a bear hug." And everyone knows that he's actually met dad. He's such a softie because everyone would see on screen or, him playing. He was such an aggressive player. He used to walk down the pitch at people, arrogant, as some would say. But really, his character is just such a bubbly, happy, friendly, caring person. So I've got the best dad in the world. I'm so lucky.
My last question is about what all the boys want to know. What does Grace Hayden look for in a man? Is it the way he looks? Is it a sense of humor? Both? And does he need to love sport?
Big on the must love sport, that's for sure. I think I'm more of a personality kind of person, honestly. I mean, looks fade over time. And if I can outrun you, outthrow you, I'm a very competitive person. So if I can beat you, that's no good. You've got to be better than I am at most things, and capable is a really big quality. And you've got to get the big tick of approval from my father. So that is the key.
There you have it. Face Big Matty Hayden before you approach
Exactly.
Grace.
Good luck.
Good luck on that, boys. All right, the Australian Open on Sony Sports 10-2 and Sony Sports 10-5. 18th of January is when it all starts. The Sony Sports Network is the official broadcaster, and if you want to see the lovely Grace Hayden, it's Extra Serve, the flagship Australian Open wraparound show. Grace, I really appreciate your time. Can't wait to see you in India doing all the great things that you're going to do on Extra Serve on the Sony Sports Network. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Hrishi.
94.3 Radio 1.